started by buying a Minimill from a French company because I live in Europe. I ordered some 425 ounce motors from AliExpress with some Chinese drivers that I don't think are real, but they work fine for now. So I'm not gonna walk you through the build itself. I think Openbuilds are very clear in their own videos about that. I started with a simple enclosure, which was practically a box made of some pine wood and MDF panels. Then I added some vinyl flooring to clean up chips and eventually W40 or something as a cutting fluid. The main reason I wanted to build an enclosure was to keep all the chips inside, and also for the sound mostly. So I had to find ways to dampen it a little bit. As you can see, the enclosure is mounted on a table, and under that table there's a big like a big shelf or something inside, which I filled up with an old pillow. I had a big slab of about 25mm of steel to mount the Minimill on. I figured a heavy base would be better to get rid of any vibrations from the cutting. Under the enclosure I also add some insulation material. Figured everything could help, right? Then onto the wiring, I bought some cheap ABS case from Amazon, put all the electronics inside, tried to do my best to make it neat. As you can see here, that didn't really work out too well, but it's fine for now. I'll have to do it in the future someday. I guess I'll need a bigger case then. Then eventually came the door. As you can see right here, that didn't really go as planned. I thought I had everything measured out to put hinges, but yeah. So I debated quite some time of what I should do then. At some point I thought of maybe adding like a drawer slide or something, to have a sliding door. But eventually I gave up and I mounted 4 dowel pins as locating pins on which the door now rests, and that works really well. Here's also a video of before. And after adding the door for sound purposes. As you can see, it makes quite a difference. Well, or you can't tell from my phone, I don't know, but for me it makes a lot of difference. When I'm standing in the hallway, it sounds like an electric toothbrush is on. That's the amount of sound I get, and that's like really right outside the door of the room it's in, so that's fine. Then I decided to do some test cuts in wood primarily. I haven't really calibrated the machine all too much. That I still have to do after the cuts. I haven't really gotten to tramming it yet either, because I still have a lot of plans to stiffen up that column, because I want to try aluminum. As you can see right here, I still have a lot of plans, like linear rails and other stuff. I'll keep you guys posted, or at least I'll try. Then onto a few other things. I've chosen to go for linear wheels because for a moment I built this machine, I had wobble in the entire x-axis. Well, actually it's the Y carriage plate. One of the wheels or two of the wheels aren't really touching and I can't clamp them down anymore. So if I move it by hand I can move it about 1 or 2 millimeters. So that's not great. I'm going to fill up the column that you can see in the back with epoxy for some more like a counterbalance kind of weight to shift most of the weight in the back. So hopefully the cutting force will have less interaction. Those weird gray parts that you see are 3D printed, and I'll probably try and fill them up in the bottom with epoxy as well. Well, scratch that, I don't mean actually epoxy, I mean epoxy with sand, in both of them for the weight, of course. Third of all, I really have to learn a lot still. As you can probably see from that first cut, it was quite aggressive, but on the other hand nothing broke, so I guess that's fine. I still have to learn a lot. I've drawn quite some inspiration from the review video from I'm Not an Expert But, so I'd really like to thank him. I'd really appreciate it if he actually saw this, that'd be great. And Winston Moy and NYC CNC and all the other famous CNC YouTubers. So yeah, I still got a lot to go. I know a little bit about CNC, I know a little bit more about 3D printing, so I'll get there. We'll see. So that's mostly everything for now. I'll try to make an update when I get the linear rails and everything bolted down, as you saw in that last picture from Fusion. Yeah, you'll definitely hear from me again. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you have any advice, please leave it in the comments below. As I said, I'm still learning a lot. Any resources are fine, especially with everything going on in the world right now, so please leave them below, and yeah, thanks for watching.